Okay, you guys are working on your warm-ups on 5.3. Give you just a couple minutes, and then we will go through the examples. Make sure you write your key ideas after this. All right, guys, when you're simplifying expressions, you're just combining like terms. 1/2 x minus 10 minus 1/3 x minus 2. So which terms here are like terms, Izzy?
1/2 x and 1/3 x.
Yes, but you take the negative, so we're going to combine this
There's a negative.
and that. This sign right here.
Oh.
So you're going to do...
The subtraction sign.
It is, but it's attached to the number that's right behind it, always. So this negative 10, this 10 goes with this negative. You can't just ignore the signs. So those would be your four terms. Negative 10, negative 2, negative 1/3, and 1/2. So then you're going to do 1/2 minus 1/3, which is what?
5/6.
So 5/6 x. And then what's negative 10 minus 2?
Negative 8.
Negative 10 minus 2 goes further negative.
Negative 12.
5, 6.
Wait, no.
I think it's 5.
Negative 12.
Yep.
I'm getting 1, 6.
Oh.
I'll do the math. 1/2
Okay.
minus 1/3. Need a common denominator, so 6 would be the common denominator. So this would be 3 over 6 and 2 over 6. 3 minus 2, it is 1/6. How did you get 5/6? This is 1/6.
Oh.
Okay?
The calculator.
So try the second expression.
I thought it was 8 instead of 12.
Oh, I was right after.
But it's a negative negative. Goes further negative.
I was right. I just got the negative.
All right, so we need to talk about the vocabulary here. We have proportion, cross products, and proportional. Somebody tell me what the definition of proportion is. Joel.
An equation stating the values of two ratios are equivalent.
So when I say the word proportion, you need to think equivalent. Equivalent means, yes, equal. Very good. So you can think a fraction. This fraction is proportional to this fraction. Proportional is just a better English grammar way to say proportion when you're comparing two terms. That's all it is. So I'm saying in this case, 2/3 is proportional to 4/6. Why do I know that? Look at this 4/6. Can I reduce that?
Yeah.
It would be what? It would reduce to 2/3. So you know that these two equations are equal. Cross products. What does the word product mean?
Answer.
Of?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Very good. So if I am saying cross products, if I multiply across 3 times 4, what do you get?
12.
It will equal the cross product going the other way. What is 2 times 6? Okay, so on proportional fractions, the cross products will equal. Meaning if you multiply going across, they equal. This is why you can do, if I didn't have this 4 here, we were searching for it, I can do the cross product and divide by 3 to find out what that upper would equal. Yes, we've done it already though. Cross multiply and divide. Thank you. Okay? Oh, where is my... All right, let's do the example. Okay, write this in your journals. Tell whether the ratio forms a proportion. So, all you're doing is setting this up as a proportion and then simplifying, and your answer is going to be yes or no. Yes, they are equivalent. No, they are not. So, 6 over 4 compared to 8 over 12. So we're going to put both of those and reduce them. They're doing it the long way, but that's okay. So 6 over 4, I can divide both of those by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, now let's do 8 over 12. What can I divide both of those by? 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So do these simplify to the same ratio? 2/3 and 2/3 are the same. Oh, you're right. My brain tricked me. So this is 3/2 over 2/3. So are these proportional? No, they're not equivalent. Good catch. I totally saw 2/3 on both of that. This is why you write it down. Okay, so they did not simplify to be the same. So you see how this has this little no equal sign in here?
Yeah.
That stands for not equivalent. So 3/2 is not equivalent to 2/3. All right, let's do the second one. So we're going to write 10 over 40. Can I divide the 10 and 40 by a number?
Yeah.
What number? 10. 10 divided by 10 is what?
1.
And 40 divided by 10 is?
Hey.
So it reduces to 1/4.
Let's go.
I hope you're writing this down.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's do the next one. 2.5 over 10.
Uh-oh.
Can I divide the same number into both of those?
No. Oh, yeah. 2.5.
There's a number you can divide in both of those.
1. What?
You can also go up.
Oh.
So we can multiply by 10 because we want to get rid of the decimal to make this easier. I will give you a hint. You may use your calculator and just do 2.5 divided by 10 and make it a fraction, and it will come out to be the answer. So 2.5 times 10 gives you 225 over 100. Now can I reduce it?
Yeah.
It would be 1/4.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So are these two values equivalent?
Yeah.
Yes, so they are proportional.
Oh. Oh.
Alright.
Wait. Do you have to, like, say the original numbers?
Yes, when you're comparing, well, on your homework, yeah, they're going to say 10 to 40 and 2.5 to 10 are proportional. Or form a proportion.
Can you just, like, say 10, 40,
I'm not, like if you were writing it on paper and turning it in, yes. But on the computer with them grading it, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay.
If they tell you to explain it, and that's, yeah, you can totally do that. That's totally fine.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so everybody understands you can simplify this fraction on your calculator if you don't want to do this math, right? You could just put 2.5 divided by 10 and then make sure it turns into a fraction. Okay? All right, go do your try it.
I'm so sorry, Lily.
Hey.
Okay, you have 4 try-its. Okay, so we talked about cross products a little bit. Let's go over them in depth. So if you look at this proportion, A over B equals C over D, and it's telling you that the cross products, A times D, will equal the other cross products, B times C. Everybody follow that?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And B and D, the bottom numbers, can't ever be a 0. Why can't we put a 0 there?
Because then
Because then it will
be
equal.
proportional.
It will be, you can't ever have a 0 in the denominator. Ever. It becomes, 8th grade, remember the word? When you have a 0 in denominator, what's it called?
$0.
Undefined.
Undefined. Very good. It's called undefined.
Daisy.
Why are you yelling? I don't know.
Because yesterday.
Not right now. I'm recording. Here we go. So we're going to tell whether the ratios form a proportion.
Yay.
So we're going to set this as cross products. This is the easier way. This is the way I prefer to do it.
Yes.
And determine whether the ratios are equivalent. So what is 6 times 18?
24. Liar. Oh. Let me show you. Oh, 6 times 18.
What is 6 times 18?
108.
Okay. And what is 9 times 12?
He's over there. He's locked out. There's Pastor Dan.
What is 9 times 12?
I'm Pastor Dan.
Okay, so does 100
Dan.
does 108 equal 108?
Yes.
So then you would say,
It's proportional. Yes.
okay, I need you to focus, 7th grade. So then yes, the ratios form a proportion. So let's do it with the second one, B. 2/3 equals 4/5. So we're going to multiply what?
Across.
Okay, which one do you want to do first? 2 times 5,
10.
which is 10, and 4 times 3.
Oh, no.
So 10 equals 12. No, so these do not form a proportion. Okay? Any questions?
No.
All right, do your try-its and, oh, that's it. Just a couple try-its, then we have another example. Okay, here's your next example. We're going to tell, boys, we're going to tell whether X and Y are proportional. How would I tell that X and Y are proportional?
Because you do X and Y.
I can choose my ratios, yes? Well, we have 4 sets here, right? So which set do we want to use to tell whether X and Y are proportional?
2 and 12.
And?
1 and 6.
Yeah, let's go with the easy ones, right? Let's not deal with the fractions. Okay? Oh, they're going to deal with the fractions. So they set 1/2 over 3 with their calculator.
Yes.
Oh, do we
They
have
got
a-
1/6. You want to do it our way, not their way?
Yeah.
Let me go.
Oh no.
Ew.
We love our way.
I know. Next page. All right, so we're going to use 1/6
1 over 6.
and 2. This is easy. Why are they doing the hard ones? Can I reduce 2/12?
Yeah, 6.
1/6.
Yeah.
So are these proportional?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know why they picked the fraction.
That one was so easy, Missy.
It was. I don't know why they're trying to make it all fancy. Oh, they checked everything. Oh. They checked every single.
Oh, that's not very nice.
That's why.
That's stupid.
Yeah, you just need to check 2 of them.
Oh, no. More.
Yeah. All right. Try it 7, 8. Self-assess. And then we'll do example 4. Okay, I know you won't have it all done in 2 minutes, but I need to finish up. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes, then we're going to do our last example. All right. You swim for 16 minutes and complete 20 laps. You swam your first 4 laps in 2.4 minutes. How long does it take you to swim 10 laps? All right, so we're trying to set some equivalent equations. Thank you. To solve for how many we swim in the 10 laps. So we're going to compare the rates. We have to find the unit rate. So once we have the unit rate, then we can multiply it to find how many we swam in 10 laps. Do you guys remember what unit rate is?
Yes.
It's what?
Unit rate. Oh, a rate that compares a quantity to one unit of another quantity.
Okay, so it's basically simplifying the fraction to over 1. That's a unit rate. You're simplifying it to it's over 1. All right, so if we have 2.4 minutes for every lap, I can write that as a fraction, right?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, can I simplify this? What's 2.4 divided by 4?
6.
Okay, 0.6 minutes per lap. Very good. Okay, so this is my unit rate. I'm going 0.6 minutes per lap. So they're asking you how many minutes does it take you 10 laps? So how would I solve that?
How many minutes does it take you to lap?
This is 1 lap. I want to know how much for 10
Oh,
laps.
you multiply by 10.
We're going to multiply it by 10. Oh, they're doing another 16 for every 20 laps. You should get the same. Oh, 0.18. 16 for 20. Oh, so the number of laps is not proportional because in your first 4 laps, you were swimming faster because you're not tired.
Yeah.
And then in your last grouping of laps, you're tired, so you didn't go as fast. So these 2 ratios are not proportional, are they?
No.
No. So we can't use the unit rate in order to solve
No.
because you slowed down. So you can estimate you swim 10 laps in more than 0.6 per minute. So we do multiply to final solve.
You multiply?
So they wanted to show you, because remember I just said, okay, 0.6 minutes per lap, you multiply it times 10 and you get the answer. That's what we did. We did that. But they wanted to show you here in the middle of it that you swam faster in your first 4 laps than you did in the whole lap, the whole 20 laps. Okay? But, so what they said is you can't have it equivalent, but you can have it estimated. So you still do the 0.6 divided by 10, or times 10. And they're giving you the top end. So you're swimming in at least 6 minutes, but no more than 8 minutes. So your last few the 10 laps, you either went You did it in 6 minutes or 8 minutes, somewhere in between. This is a terrible example. It's a terrible example. Write it down, though, so you can walk yourself through it. Let me explain it while you write it down. One more time. So you swam in the pool 20 laps. Your first 4 laps, you did it in 2.4 minutes. That's why we put this ratio, and we simplified it to see how fast we swam per lap. Okay? Then we also took the math for the whole entire time you swam, including the first 4, which was 20 laps, and did the simplification for that to find out how fast we were swimming the whole time. So, but it's an average of how you swim each lap, because obviously you're faster at the beginning and slower at the end. And then, so you had to do that so you could get a guesstimate of how fast you swim per lap, because you swim faster on the first lap, slower on the last lap. I think that was a terrible example to teach y'all, but they did it anyways. All right? So let me go look at your self-assess, 13 and 14.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this will work as the proportion. Oops.
Well, on the first one, I put 5, but no. I think I know what to do now.
Okay, look, real quick. On number 14,
Oh, shoot. I'm dead.
I know you're not there. On number 14, this is exactly like the example we just did. So you're going to have to find the ratio of the 5 hours versus the 1.5 hours, and then do the split like the swimmer did, okay? So you'll find 2 different ratios. They will not be proportional, most likely. I haven't done the math. Most likely not proportional, and then you'll give me an idea of exactly, well, you won't be able to tell how fast to the exact. You can estimate how fast that they ran. Okay?
Did you just say no on can you determine between? Oh, no. Oh, it is.
You can't. It is no, because you can't. Because it's like the swimming, you run faster at the beginning than you do at the end. So you're going to give me a range of how fast they ran. Okay, if this confuses you, just give it a shot. If you're still confused, we'll do it together on Monday, okay? Excellent. Any questions?
For the first one, I don't think.
On this one?
Yeah.
So you need to make your proportions. After making 20 servings, he used 30 cloves.
Which is 10.
And then he used 6 cloves to make 4 servings.
2, 6 divided 10.
So you're going to put 20 over 30 and 4 over 6.
I did that already.
And then are they proportional? Do you reduce them down to the same fraction?
Yeah.
Wait, no. What?
Oh, wait, what?
No,
The
it's
same
10.
fraction?
10.
Oh.
It's 10 too.
Wait, Miss Cease, all I did was 6 divided by 4, then multiplied.
No, because servings is on top. Servings, 20 servings, 30 cloves.
But I got it right.
Cloves to make 10. Cloves of garlic are used to make 10 servings. Oh, you put 30 on top. 30 over 20 and 6 over 4.
I didn't do any of the things.
Which, I mean, I'm glad you got the right answer, but I need you to practice proportions.
Teacher,
Yeah, but I'm so confused.
to get the answer, do you do 10 over 1 times 10 like in the other one? What? Did you get?
Well, you don't have 10 over 1.
Yeah, I did. I got 20 divided by 30.
No, you put 30 on top.
Oh, 30 divided by 20?
Mhm.
Oh.
Because you're talking about cloves here.
Oh, okay.
1.5. Oh.
1 by 20 and then
1.5
6
over
over
1.
4? Or 2
That brings up a good point. So listen, 7th grade, real quick. So when you're reading these word problems and you're trying to make your proportions, make sure when you set 2 equations or 2 fractions equal to each other, please everybody look at my screen. When you're setting 2 fractions equal to each other, you need to put the type of item on the same side. That's a terrible way to say that, but I don't know how to. So if I put garlic over pasta, so I have 30 over 20. You see how I have the garlic cloves on top? Then when I write the other proportion, I have to put the garlic on top. So garlic on top, servings on the bottom. So that's how you make sure you write it correctly. the top has to be the same type, like in this case it's garlic. And the bottom, the denominator has to be the same type. In this case it's servings. Okay, so now that I've made the proportion, I simplify both of those. I got 2/3, right?
Yep.
And that's per serving. So then you just do times 10 because we have 10 servings. Oh, 3/2. I'm sorry. I wrote it upside down. Man, I'm having issues today. 3/2. Okay? Does that help?
Yeah.
All right, make sure you have this done by Monday.